Mr. Cherry.
Here.
Mr. Clark.
Here.
Mrs. Lucas Burke.
Here.
Mr. Moody.
Here.
Ms. Simmons.
Here.
Dr. Whitaker. Mayor Rowe.
Here.
Thank you.
Tonight is the presentation by City Manager Dr. Lydia Patton on her proposed budget. Dr. Patton.
Thank you. The Honorable Mayor, John L. Rowe Jr., Vice Mayor, Paige D. Cherry, members of City Council, and citizens of Portsmouth. In accordance with the General Officer Association, the budget is a guide that determines the direction of government. It is arguably the single most important document routinely prepared by governments. 100 years ago, in 1918, in the city of Portsmouth, City Manager W.B. Bates stated that the council has shown a ready and willing desire to make Portsmouth what it should be, as far as the finances of the city will permit. I believe our new city council is committed to the same desire to move Portsmouth forward toward growth and prosperity with its vision statement and guiding principles, thereby forging the development of a leadership compact and identifying their 4 big things or priorities. During City Council's retreat on February 3rd and 4th, 2017, City Council developed a vision statement serving as a promise and roadmap to the citizens of Portsmouth. It defines the direction for growth and the path we should take with a clear vision towards the future. The new vision statement builds a more prosperous city, fosters lifelong learning, and values a safe and friendly city. The guiding principles also serve as a compact for leadership, which are precepts that guide and lead the entire organization. The compact for leadership are the values, ethics, and moral principles that govern the professional demeanor and behavior of city government. As the budget team embarked upon the FY 2018 proposed budget process, we remained steadfast on the guiding principles outlined in my oath of office speech on August 28, 2015. To create a bright and prosperous future, redefined by collaboration, unification, and rededication through citizen and community engagement. The new Portsmouth, where city employees work tirelessly to make the best decisions necessary to achieve our city's vision and move in a forward direction characterized by methodical deliberation and expediency. The new Portsmouth, where employees are courageous decision makers with financial acuity to ensure cost effectiveness, government efficiency, and protection over the city's financial resources. City Council also identified 4 big things or priorities to coincide with its vision and guiding principles. They are: create a City Council task force on poverty, revise and repeal form-based code, and restore the zoning code, to be laser focused on education, and to tell the Portsmouth story. The FY 2018 proposed general fund budget totals $239,068,378, a $1 million or 0.4% increase over the FY 2017 budget. The overall proposed budget total is $673,855,090. In addition, I am proposing no new tax increase and the realignment of fees and rates to cover increasing service costs and promote efficient service delivery. The proposed FY 2018 budget is structurally balanced with one-time revenues used for one-time expenditures and recurring revenues used for recurring expenditures. Our theme for the preparation of the FY 2018 budget is review, reflect, refocus, and restore. All contributors to the formulation of this budget were asked to review, take a formal assessment or examination of all aspects of their budgets, reflect, think deeply and carefully about the goals, and formulate cost-effective plans, refocus, focus attention and resources on doing things differently, setting priorities and programs, or using different approaches to the delivery of services. Restore, provide new energy to better maximize the city's resources aligned with the City Council's vision statement. The future growth of the new Portsmouth is dependent on continuing to build collaborative and strategic partnerships toward an investment in knowledge. As the level of education rises in a community, so does the economic viability and quality of life. City Council's vision statement addresses a lifelong learning city which fosters education in its broadest sense. In the FY 2018 budget, I am proposing a total of $59.4 million for Portsmouth Public Schools. This equates to PPS local share funding, $52.4 million, and capital improvement program proposed funding, $7 million, to fund 4 new school projects and 5 existing CIP projects. In addition, Governor McAuliffe is proposing a 2% salary increase for Portsmouth Public Schools effective February the 15th, 2018. The proposed funding for Portsmouth Public Schools capital improvement program projects is an increase of $2.5 million over FY 2017. As challenging school maintenance and infrastructure needs continue to be identified, equally important is supporting Portsmouth Public Schools in addressing the aging school facilities and infrastructures as outlined in our proposed capital improvement program. Other key strategic CIP projects for education are: for 4 consecutive years since 2014, the city has invested $1 million for school bus fleet replacement. I am recommending to maintain this $1 million level of funding. The proposed funding addresses employee compensation as it relates to public safety, general employees, and consideration for a living wage adjustment, compensation. With the FY 2018 proposed budget, I am recommending an increase in public safety compensation. In order to maintain a competitive and be competitive in the region, We are proposing to increase our entry-level public safety salaries. It should be noted that we have not increased the entry-level salaries since 2011. With this proposed FY 2018 budget, the increase will positively impact the city's public safety positioning in the region. In order to attract, maintain, and retain public safety employees, we are using a multi-step initiative for recruitment and retention, with an average range between 2.5 to 10% for sworn public safety employees according to how many years they have worked and where they are on the step. Preparing for the workforce of the future will require our city employees to adapt and positively respond to an ever-changing working environment by leveraging technological advances and providing excellent customer service. Our employees are our front-line ambassadors that touch and provide the municipal services to our valued customers, the citizens of Portsmouth, daily. During FY 2018, I am proposing a 2.5% general wage increase effective July 1, 2017, and a $500 end-of-year bonus in December of 2017 for general and public safety employees who were hired on or before January 1st, 2017. In addition to the 2.5% general wage increase, I am also proposing a living wage salary adjustment to address city employees who make less than $30,000 annually. The FY 2018 budget also reserved funding for Governor McAuliffe's proposed 2% salary increase for constitutional officers and their employees effective August 2nd, 2017. In the FY 2013, the city issued pension obligation bonds, thereby improving the funding status of the city's retirement systems. Therefore, I am proposing in the FY 2018 budget a $500 supplement for retirees in the city's retirement systems paid directly from the general fund instead of being funded from the retirement trust system. The city's sound conservative financial policies and guidelines ensures the long-term financial stability of the city. Adherence to these policies assures a competitive bond rating and the ability to borrow funds for long-term capital needs at an effective interest rate. This proposed budget uses $5.8 million of general fund balance for one-time capital projects and one-time general fund expenditures. The city's fund balance policy is to maintain reserves at 15% or above the general fund revenues, which helps the city maintain a strong investment bond credit rating of AA. The city continues to have from all three credit rating agencies AA ratings with a stable outlook, which is a strong investment credit rating. In an effort to provide quality service, maximize efficiencies, and minimize cost, we analyzed current and future costs in providing these services, and we are proposing in the FY 2018 budget to realign some fees and rates. We are proposing a 5% increase in the public utilities rate to cover proposed CIP projects and increase maintenance costs. For residential bi-monthly bills, this will be approximately a $4 increase for public utilities. This public utilities increase will be offset by a proposed $6 decrease in the waste management fee, which is proposed to be reduced by $3 monthly. The proposed FY18 budget includes fee and rate changes to selective services in the general fund. The city's ambulance fees are proposed for revision to cover the cost of supplies and reimbursables, non-transport services. Insurance and Medicaid will cover these fees, and this is similar to other cities billing for such services. In FY 2018, proposed budget introduces a fee to rent Portsmouth Festival sites and a non-resident rate for the Summer Raise program. The city's capital improvement supports projects that improve the economic development and infrastructure needs of the city and our schools. I am proposing in the capital improvement program, which supports multi-year projects and the continuation of ongoing projects such as the seawall improvement, Churchland Bridge replacement, and vehicle replacement program. Several new projects to be included are a neighborhood flooding initiative, a study for public safety facilities to include a new Truxton Fire Station and public safety complex, a new food and beverage venue on the Portside site, and a state-of-the-art election system, equipment, and software. In addition to the public safety compensation proposal, the following public safety equipment is proposed in the FY 2018 CIP budget. In accordance with the principles of 21st century policing, along with fire, medical, and emergency services requirements, this equipment is essential to ensure public safety, responsiveness to our citizens, and it garners trust and accountability. Portsmouth's economy continues to experience a healthy increase in activities, especially in critical sectors such as retail, multifamily, and port-related developments through economic development initiatives. Some of these include Cox Communications invested over $1 million in their new store in Midtown, which is their largest store in the United States. Over $31 million have been invested in the Midtown Marketplace corridor. Five Boroughs Restaurant and Little Shops on High Boutique opened in 2016. Copper and Oaks Craft Spirits has announced plans to open the city's first micro distillery. Richmond's based Legends Brewing Depot has begun construction on a microbrewery. And Stella Wine Company in Old Town will begin weekly tastings in May of 2017. Other announcements in downtown include the future openings of a Taste of Europe and delightful desserts. In the Churchland area, Momac Brewing Company began construction of a microbrewery, which will open in late spring of 2017. joining the existing Aldi discount grocery store, the first location in Hampton Roads region. Multi-family development continues in downtown. Evidence of $100 million in private investment in 9 developments with over 80 apartments is evident on nearly every corner. Completed developments include the Seaboard Building, $7 million investment with 81 units, Harbor Vista, a $17 million investment with the 134 apartments by the Breeden Company, and Crawford House, a $6.5 million investment to convert an office building into 46 units by the Whitmore Company. Additionally, the Breeden Company has proposed plans for 187 units with a $25 million investment on the North Pier site. The city has 2 state-designated enterprise zones, a highly coveted designation. The Virginia Enterprise Zone program is a state and local partnership, which is one of the most effective methods of using incentives to stimulate economic development. As I reflect on my 207th day of my second year as city manager, I am reminded, I hold fast to, and I deeply believe the words of City Manager W.B. Bates, who stated 100 years ago that Portsmouth is the most important seaport town on the Atlantic seaboard. As I begin to conclude this presentation of the FY 2018 proposed budget, I am encouraged that the new Portsmouth is poised to reach new heights and experience new growth based on the vision set by our City Council and the passion of our citizens who passionately call Portsmouth our home. We fully engage in the development of the FY 2018 budget process, the citizens of Portsmouth, through a collaborative and transparent budget process. Citizens, you spoke, and I, as city manager, I have listened intently to you in the planning and preparation of this budget over the past 198 days. When you stated, no new taxes, I listened. Mayor, Vice Mayor, and members of City Council, I have presented this evening to you the proposed FY 2018 budget that is structurally sound and fiscally prudent budget, reflective of restoration for public safety priorities, infrastructure needs, recurring wage increase, a living wage adjustment for city employees, and a supplement for retirees. I have also maintained the local share of funding for Portsmouth Public Schools and provided funding for their top 9 CIP projects and maintaining the level of funding for their school bus fleet replacement. We have provided level funding to our civic organizations who contribute strategically to the vision statements as outlined by City Council. There are endless possibilities and opportunities ahead for us as we continue our journey of creating the new Portsmouth. It is our duty today to ensure that 100 years from now, in 2118, that the significance of our work today, as we live, work, play, and learn during our journey through our beloved Portsmouth, that the future citizens of Portsmouth who are yet to be born will look upon our work with pride and know that our pulse and focus was looking to a new Portsmouth. Please preview on the screen the key dates for our continuing FY 2018 budget process. We will begin the process of discussion of our budget starting with our April 10th, with our March 28th meeting, and pick up again from April 10th through May 9th, which is the adoption date. I would like to take a moment, if I may, Mayor and members of council, to recognize the FY 2018 budget team. Deputy City Managers LaVoris Pace and Vincent Jones, Ms. Rosalind Oglesby, Ms. Elizabeth Gooden, please stand, Ms. Elizabeth Gooden, Ms. Alice Kelly, our budget officers, Gloria Washington and Brian Casey, and Mrs. Karen Bento. In addition, I would like to ask all of the remain standing. I would like to ask all of the department heads who are present to stand. And I thank my entire municipal team for their tireless efforts in the development of the proposed FY 2018 budget. And members of council, we are ready to continue our work as we move forward until the adoption of the FY 2018 budget by our City Council. Mayor Rowe, members of City Council, and the citizens of Portsmouth, this concludes my presentation of the proposed FY 2018 budget. Thank you.